happy today, kind of happy at least, because I broke my drone and my drone is dead. But this video is not about that, it's about this beast. In my previous video, I talked about a tuning kit I had ordered from the US, and it has finally arrived. First of all, I got the kit at some place called Electro Bike World. I'm leaving a link in the description and you should definitely go check it out. The reason that I selected this kit from these guys was that there are quite a few suppliers out there offering tuning kits, but theirs was the only one that claimed to have plug-and-play compatibility with the rad bikes. Now, when I asked them about this, they said they couldn't guarantee it for the 2020 model, which means that this is a Radmini 4, so that's the 2020 version of the Radmini. We talked about it a little bit, and he explained to me how everything was hooked together, and he believed that it would be plug-and-play, but he couldn't guarantee it. Worst case scenario, I would have to splice some wires and do some stuff. And I should say at the same time, it was a pleasure doing business with a shop that actually answered my emails so fast. I think there was half an hour delay before I got an answer, which I find very unique for a shop like that actually. So I got the kit and I had invited my friend over who's an electrician to help me out. Turns out he was not needed. From unboxing until it was running took me about 15 minutes, and that was me double guessing and second guessing everything, and I could have done it in 5 minutes flat, I think. What you get in the kit that I ordered is this box here. This box is a brushless motor controller that provides 25 amps. So essentially there's a box here already from the Radmini, and I've replaced it with this one. Now what this box does is that it allows this battery to funnel more of its energy via this to the motor. The second part of this system that I bought is the display up here. Let's see if we can see this. It's a very sunny and very bright day, and the display is actually readable very nicely for me when I'm standing out here, but I don't know if the camera picks it up. So it's a color display, and apart from being really nice, this display enables me to set some settings. So if I turn it off, then I turn it on again, and within 5 seconds hold the top and bottom arrows, the display changes to a lot of codes. Now what these codes do is that they enable certain functionality. On the Electro Bike World website, there's a list of what you should enable for a Radmini 4. My main concern was getting this thing to work. This is a throttle. With the new EU regulations, the throttle on all rad bikes in Europe are limited to 6 kilometers an hour, which means walking speed more or less. So that means, unlike previous models, you couldn't just crank the throttle, which is a shame, because when you're out riding on a road like this, it's fine. I mean, you use pedal assist, you set it at pedal assist 2, and whenever you pedal the pedals, you get some kind of power assist for it. But if you decide to go somewhere like this, with rocks and branches and everything, and there's ups and downs and so on, it's a little bit more fun to stand up in the pedals and just rev it like a dirt bike. And I missed that functionality having had one of the non-regulated EU models before. So this now works due to this kit. And I'm guessing it works actually specifically because of the display and not so much the controller. But the controller provides so much power that I'm 6'2", and I weigh 95 kilos, let's say 95 kilos. If I get on this and I just crank the throttle, it actually lifts up the front tire because it has so much torque. The top speed on this one is only about 32 or 33 kilometers an hour, but anybody who's ridden a bike at 33 kilometers an hour in a city or on a place like this knows that it's more than enough. I mean, you really don't need anything else. So I'm very happy about that. The reason that the controller can do that is because the motor in the Radmini is a 250 watt motor, they say. But in fact, it's a 500 watt motor. It's just been geared down. It's just been software limited, or actually hardware as well limited, to only provide the 250 watts in order to comply with the EU regulations. I get why they want to be regulated, but at the same time, you can buy a bike which conforms to the, what's it called, LT1, I think LTE1 regulations, which means that it can actually have a lot more power, but then you can insure it the traditional way. And I would have chosen that if they had provided it, but they don't. So instead, I bought this kit, and I am ecstatic with it. So the way it works is very simple from beginning. You put that controller box in. All of the wires coming from the controller box will match all of the wires going to the old controller box. So you just one by one replace them. Very simple plug and play. Then you hook in the display. Again, completely plug and play. Once you've done that, you power it on, hold these two up and down buttons within 5 seconds, and that enables the coding display. In that coding display, you choose the up-down buttons and the middle one to alter values, and you enter the values as written on the Electrobike World website. When you've done this, you will have unlocked it and it can reach its full potential. This works all the way now. So I can give throttle now and it will just shoot forward. But the special correlation here is that at PAS2, if I hit the throttle now, it starts at that wattage. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as settings. Meaning that if you are at pedal assist 1 and you hit the throttle, you will get, let's say, 40 watts of power, 50 watts of power. If you're at pedal level assist 2 and you crank the throttle, it will begin applying throttle immediately at 100 watts, and so on and so forth. This is very useful because when you're biking here, for instance, I would go pedal assist 3 maybe, and just slowly go ahead. And if there was a point where I wanted to use the throttle, it would kind of match the speed I was going at. However, there's also a slight warning here. If you are at pedal assist 5 and you're standing dead still and you crank the throttle, it's going to apply all the power it can at the same time. And it's actually enough to lift up the front wheel. So you should be aware of that. However, it's like with everything else in life. If you use it according to how it's supposed to be used, it's not going to be an issue. There is another interesting thing you can do though. If you set the pedal assist to 0, so click down, now it says 0. If you do this, the throttle now becomes fully analog, meaning that you can actually slowly crank it up. You can ride it like a dirt bike. That's it for now. I hope you liked the video. I'm gonna end it with a bike ride I taped earlier today where I'm just riding from my house out into the forest and back again. It's just to give you guys a chance of seeing the, usage of throttle and pedal assist and also the acceleration of the whole bike. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, I would love a subscribe, and regardless, I hope you have a really nice day. Bye.